Nathan, take us through when you first kind of started having pain, what it was like, and ultimately the decision to undergo surgery and what that was like.
Well, I started having pain probably 4 or 5 games. I can't think of when it was, but it was 4 or 5 games before I realised it's too much. I just woke up in my sleep from sleeping, and I woke up and I thought I just slept badly and had a stiff neck, you know. It was just stiff here. And then a few days later, it's all over my shoulders, still stiff, and I'm thinking, that's strange. You know, usually when you have a bad sleep, after a few days you're okay. But it was probably, 6-7 days, and then I said to them, like, something's not right, I don't know what it is. I played a few games on it, and then we ended up going to the doctor and saying, let me get a shot, because they realised it was my nerve. So I got a steroid shot in my neck. Was on the steroids for 3 or 4 days, and it helped for maybe a week, and then it just went back to what it was. And then probably 2 games before, we went to, where was it? Who did we play? Montreal. That was my last game. But a few games before that, I started feeling it rushing down my arm, like into my fingers, and my fingers were like, I had pins and needles, and it was numb. And the surgeon before basically said, once it gets to your hands, like, come back to me, because we're gonna have to do something different. And I just thought, it's gonna go away. Let me get another shot of steroids. So when I went back in to get the steroid shot, the doctor basically said, I went in thinking, oh, cool, I'm gonna get my steroid shot again. It was on a Monday after Montreal. No worries, I'll be out till Thursday, and then I can play Saturday. And that was like a mic drop. Okay, yeah. And then I walked into the surgeon to get my steroid shot, and he basically said, yeah, no, I'm not doing that, you need surgery. And I was like, okay then. So that's how it went. I was in pain, but I was taken throughout 6 weeks. But I was just taking a lot of painkillers basically on game day.
So I mean, to get relief, the decision wasn't difficult, but I'm sure coming to that realization, I mean, you've had injuries, but nothing like this.
Yeah, and I think it was more so where it was. Like, I'm not someone who's going to be, I'm down and like feeling sorry for myself if it was ankle or I tore something in my leg. I know that happens, but it's a simple process to get back. Whereas this, I think it was more because it's so rare in this sport. Like in NFL, it's normal. In contact sports where you're hitting each other in the head, it's quite normal to get a slip disc, but football is quite rare. So I was more probably worried that I'm going to get surgery in my neck, through the front of my neck, to get to the back of my neck. More so than like being out for 3 months. Like, that happens in football. I know that, and I've been very lucky in football that I've pretty much played consistently. I had 1 injury on my ankle when I was 19, but since then I've been very consistent and haven't had any injury really. So I knew at some point I may get injured again, but it's probably more so that it was my neck that it's like, that's pretty serious, getting neck surgery.
Is that scarred from your
Yeah.
surgery?
Yeah, they did quite a good job. I think I can hide it quite well.
Yeah, for sure.
I thought it was going to be like
Back of your head.
like a big people worried looking at me like that in the
Steve
street.
made a crack. He said, "I've cut myself shaving worse than that scar."
Yeah, that's the gaffer. That's what people say. Yeah.
Is this was your first surgery? Is what I'm taking from what you said.
Second, I did get a surgery on my ankle
Okay.
when I was 18, and that looks way worse than my neck. So that's good.
That's good. How has the recovery process been like in terms of just feeling like yourself again?
Um, it's a bit strange. I think it's just I like being with the team always as a footballer. So for the first month or so, 4 or 5 weeks, I literally didn't see them because my schedule was completely different. I was with the specialists and I was in bed for 2 weeks, not moving. And then once I could move, I was going to a guy called Will and working with him primarily. So I never saw the team, and that's the part I hated. It's like that makes you feel like you're out of it,
Yeah.
you know. But no, he was great with me, strengthening everything around my neck and getting me moving again, basically. And since then, I've been back with the team, working with the physios, Octavio, and then they move you on to Ricky, who then kills me on the pitch the last 3 to 4 weeks. So me and Ricky are on bad terms at the minute, but I love him really.
Yeah. In terms of like match fitness, game fitness, all of that, how are you feeling in terms of like playing in Leagues Cup and getting back to that form you were at before this surgery?
Yeah, I mean, I'm confident in my injury. I don't think about it on the pitch. It doesn't affect me on the pitch. Training's going well. I feel great in training. I'm running. I'm doing extras after. So I'm doing everything I can for my fitness personally, but nothing compares to games, and you can't replicate that in training. It's impossible. So I'm sure I may be breathing a little bit heavier when I get back into the games, and it's getting hot. It's getting warmer outside, so I need the shade or some wind. So no, you just have to approach it like if you're starting, be ready and give everything you can, and we'll see how long I last. But I feel good in my fitness, but like I said, it's nothing like playing a match. You can't train for that because there's so many variables, you know.
Right. And then you saw obviously from the sideline kind of May and June, and then you guys are back up on this nice tick. From your perspective and being on the bench, like how did you kind of observe everything that you kind of missed in this roller coaster you guys have kind of been on as a team?
Probably like the fans do. That's how I observed it.
Yeah.
The month of May that we couldn't change, which the schedule was mad for them, like, and that's not an excuse for the results, but I'm frustrated, like, watching, because I know we could have done things better with all those away games, but I also know how tough it actually is travelling there late night, fly home late, flights delayed, get back to your house at 4 or 5 in the morning, get up, like, it's it's more everything than just that game, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
A lot more comes into it than just that when you play in the MLS, because the clubs are split up and the country's massive. So you don't, like in England, you don't have that. There's no excuse of we travelled 2 hours, we travelled 2.5 hours. Nothing's further than 2.5 hours. So it's like that excuse is not acceptable, you know. But when you're flying, losing, the mood could be down, the energy could be down. It happens. But I was like a fan, to be honest, for the bad streak. So I was just as frustrated as them, and so were the boys. But we've picked it up, and we've had a lot of great performances since then at some hard places. For example, even in Atlanta, we debriefed that, and I said they scored a great first goal, and it's like we as a team, our defenders always look at what could we have done better, and everyone was trying to find something in the meeting, and I spoke up and just said sometimes some goals you can't stop. Like the cross was perfect, great timing and a great header. And it's like we always try to find someone to blame as footballers, like who was in the wrong there, who should have been here. And it's like sometimes it's like, no, everyone's good, the timing's perfect, the cross is perfect, the head is perfect. So I think as four games in a row is great, and I think the boys, especially in the league, the actual league, really want to push on from here because we're on the upwards trajectory, and I think we can go really far, genuinely.
I think it's really interesting that you said you were still talking to the team a lot during that tough stretch, even though you weren't out there on the pitch. What did you learn about your own leadership style from having to do that? And like you're seen as a leader on this team always, but how do you adapt the style of leadership when you're not playing, but you're still in their ears about it?
I don't. To be honest, I just say exactly what I feel to anyone.
That's good.
Like, and they know that's what I'm like, so I think that's why they accept me. Because I'll give the youngsters a lot of love, especially, but after the love, I might say, listen, you got to do that better, or listen, that's not right, you know, or especially now we got a mentor program, and my mentors are Nick Scardina and Jack Jekyll, so 2 other fullbacks, and I love giving them advice, and they love me giving them advice, and they ask questions, and so I don't have to do it always off the back of me. Sometimes I have to say something that's very questionable, but if people might not like it, but most of the times it's a great conversation and they agree with me what I'm saying. We sit down with Jack and Nick and we watch clips and videos and ask them what they think in that position. And don't get me wrong, sometimes I'll get caught out of position, and hopefully then I can show them, even if it's me in the pitch, where I should have been, you know? So it's more of a group than like, hey, do this, do that, do that. Because I make mistakes just as much as they do, you know? It's just I'm more experienced than I know exactly. Sometimes they'll make a mistake and won't know. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that, yeah, it's good. It's good. I love leading younger players because one day I'll be watching them, and I love seeing people, for example, like Patrick, be such a good kid and go somewhere he doesn't know. And I had loads of conversation with him, and I just told him, listen, if you want to go, it's extremely different, you know, but I can tell you everything I need to know.
Were you able to give him any specific advice about Derby County?
Yeah, I told him pretty much everything, the good, the bad, and the ugly.
Okay.
And I said,
and
the main thing I said to him was, be ready for a change in scenery and everything, because you'll still be shocked when you get there, you know, because it couldn't be more opposite than Charlotte.
Okay.
Really.
Yeah. And
the difference is there also in England, it's all about football, nothing else. They don't care about halftime shows, people flying out of the sky. They don't care. They don't care. It's go there, have a drink, have a hot dog, have a burger, and win. If you don't win, they're not happy. If you win, you're the greatest player in the world. That's it. You know?
Hopefully he'll be the greatest player in the world.
Well, exactly. Hopefully he goes there and scores 25 goals and he's a hero.
I just want to ask one more just about what it's going for a trophy in this Leagues Cup tournament and getting some hard work for this club. Is it something you guys talk about every training session at this point?
Definitely. I mean, like the gaffer said when he first got here, like he said this year to you guys, we want to win something badly. So whatever that is, we want to win. And I'm sure there will be some changes in the squad because the boys are working hard, and we've had a lot of players play a lot of minutes recently. I'm sure there'll be a few changes, but it means nothing. We definitely want to go to win, like every game. That's the mentality, and yeah, can't say much more really.
All right, we'll go to virtual for the last 2, Carol, and then we'll end with Steve.
Nathan, how the heck are ya?
I'm great. Where am I looking?
You won't see her. So
Oh, okay, cool.
Yes.
I'm just a voice from above right
Yeah,
now.
you're scaring me.
Unfortunately, I missed the first part because y'all's volume was not on, and you came in you woke up and you were feeling your pain in your shoulder, and I hate to make you repeat, but I was just wondering, was there something in a game, like some contact at some point that started this whole thing, or was it like a wear and tear issue?
No, I was just the pain was ongoing, so the pain was always there, and then there's nothing I did in the game that made it any worse. But after the games, I would struggle even more with what I was feeling, and they realised that I was in too much discomfort to carry on, and the surgeon basically said, if I carry on, everything I'm doing now to my nerve, once I have the operation, those things that I've lost may not come back. So that's what scared me and made me want to definitely have it, because they said with nerves it's not guaranteed to come back, and I didn't want an arm that didn't work. So
Yeah. When did the pain first start?
Roughly about a month and a half, 2 months before I stopped playing in Montreal.
Wow. But you said football players have gone through, like NFL kind of football players. Is that what you heard about other guys, like maybe tackling, with their upper bodies?
Yeah, I mean, it's a lot more common because it's head-to-head combat, but I didn't run into anyone, so I know it's not from that. We're not really sure what it's from, to be honest, but I'm special, so.
The actual surgery, can you explain what they did, in a layman's terms, I guess?
Not to get too graphic, they slit open the front of my neck, moved my esophagus to the side with a clamp, took out 2 discs, and then put metal discs to replace them, and then put my esophagus back and stitched up my neck.
So you're bionic now?
Something like that. Hopefully I'm bionic on the pitch as well.
Can you believe you were able to go through that and now you're back playing, getting ready to play? I mean, that's pretty significant.
No, it doesn't surprise me. I'm ready.
Was there a point though, even on the side working out, or once you get back into training, where you were able to kind of clear a hurdle and say, okay, I can do this. It's comfortable. There's no fear. Was there a moment, a sequence?
No, it was probably the surgery, to be honest. After the surgery and I woke up, I was happy to wake up. That was the main thing. And after that, I felt terrible, couldn't eat, but I knew I'd be back. I don't have the mentality of that. I believe I can be back, as long as I'm alive. So I was happy I was alive first.
And you did the whole thing here? Like, is your life here now? You've moved?
Yeah. I did it there's a neck neurosurgery here, so I even asked them how many patients that they get a day, and they said up to 21. And I said, how many surgeons are there? And they said 3. I said, wow. They're making good money.
I guess I shouldn't tell you my dad used to be a neurosurgeon.
Oh, wow. Good for you.
Good for him. So one more for me, watching the defensive struggles, after what you guys did last year, was it hard to fathom?
What's that? My injury?
No, what's been going on without you in there, just to have...
No. This is football. It's a long season. Whether you have a team that loses 5 in a row and then bounces back is exactly the same as winning 2, drawing 1, losing 2, winning 1, drawing 1. But when you're on that trajectory, everyone's like, oh, Charlotte, they're terrible, they're done, they're losing everything. But it's like, you have moments like that during the season. And us doing that, if we carry on winning, it's the same as a team winning, drawing, winning, losing, winning. But there, it's not too bad because it's up and down. Ours was all the way down, and hopefully we can just take off from here.
Great. Thank you so much. It's good to have you back.
Thank you so much.
All right, Steve, just last one. We just have time for one. We gotta get into training.
Welcome back, Nathan. The important thing is the North London Derby tomorrow. Also,
Yes.
With that, have you been tracking Spurs?
No. You guys, since I've been here, I came through at Spurs, and I loved my time at Spurs, may I add, but I've never supported a football team ever in my life, apart from who I'm playing for. My son, however, his grandfather is die-hard Spurs, had sweet tickets for years, so my son had no choice but to be Arsenal through and through. So he now is obsessed with Saka and has every Saka shirt possible. And now he wants the new kit because he's just seen the blue new Arsenal kit. So I came through at Spurs, but I will be supporting Arsenal for my son. I'm sorry to say that.
All right.
With your, because when you were at Spurs and you were coming up to the senior level, you were loaned out several times, getting to Swindon and then actually catching on there for a bit. And then you spent a lot of your career with Wigan and then Derby coming through. You've seen a lot of different situations and atmospheres for professional clubs. Now that you're as a leadership position, a Yoda essentially to the young Jedis coming through on the outside backs like Jack and Nick and such. What kind of, do you give them advice on just how to handle the changes that come with being a professional throughout a career?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, we talk all the time. I'm very close to Nick and Jack, so it's easy to talk to them. And yeah, I give them small details during training, after training. We talk all the time. I message, WhatsApp. So we're talking consistently and what they could have done better, what they did great. They're two great kids, and their attitudes are perfect. They just want to improve and be with the team, and that's all you can ask for.
All right. We'll have to end it there. Thank you guys. Thank you, Nate.
Thank you, Nathan.
Thank you, guys.
Everybody. Welcome back.
Thank you very much.
Remember, you're allowed to.